Medium man, physical medium man, physical medium man. What'd you buy? Was it something
What's up, guys? Physical Media Man back here again with another Physical Media Man Monday video. I have another part of the DVD collection. This is part 7, I believe. I'll have one more that isn't quite a full shelf, and that'll wrap up the series. So I've had fun going over these. Got some good comments on these videos, so hope you all have enjoyed them. Before I get started, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, leave feedback, to all that good stuff down below. I'll leave the links to my Instagram page, my Physical Media Man Store Instagram page, my Facebook page for the Physical Media Man / Physical Media Man Store, my Facebook page for non-media related items, the Hodgepodge Garage, my email, my eBay, my Twitter, my Letterboxd account, and my website where you can get merch. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and get started. We're starting with some S's. First up, we have Shattered with Pierce Brosnan. Have this one for the Pierce collection. Also has Gerard Butler in it. I believe it also went by a different name, and it might have a international Blu-ray, but I just have the DVD for now. He's a bad guy in this one. It's decent. So yeah, so there's that. Next up is probably the only NC-17. Actually, I think Midnight Cowboy might be movie in the collection. We got Showgirls. I used to have this back in the day and sold it because it went for a little bit of money, I believe, there for a while. And I got this cheap, mainly just because it was the first one I had. I wanted to rebuy it. Remember watching it for the first time, and there were some laughs with some of the bad acting and whatnot. Kind of embarrassing to have this in the collection, but there it is. Next up for the Eddie Murphy collection, we got Robert De Niro and Eddie Murphy in Showtime. For the Kevin Spacey collection, we got Shrink. This has a Blu-ray. I'm pretty positive, just haven't got around to grabbing it. This is also one of those neat Vista series releases. We got Signs. Really good film. Next up, I feel like I like the soundtrack more than the movie, but wanted to keep it just because we got Singles. It takes place in Seattle, and it's during the height of the grunge era. So there's a lot of really good music on it. Soundgarden, Pearl Jam. But yeah, it's worth watching, just not amazing. Next up, I guess these maybe don't have Blu-ray. These are my wife's copies of the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. So we got 1 and 2 here. I've not watched these yet. Next up for the Harrison Ford collection, we got 6 Days and 7 Nights. This one's not like a great movie, but a fun one. I think his very first role, we got Will Smith in 6 Degrees of Separation. And he's really good in this. Definitely worth checking out. Also has Donald Sutherland. He kind of plays like a con man or something like that. But definitely worth watching. Really good film. Next up, I bought because Jason Segel's in it. Only watched it once. Remember it being okay, but probably need to revisit. We got Slackers. Also has Devon Sawa, Jason Schwartzman. Oh, yeah. Next up, at least the first one has a Blu-ray, which I'll probably get at some point. But since the other ones don't have a Blu-ray, I'm just keeping all the DVDs for now. We got the Slapshot trilogy. So first one, a classic with Paul Newman. Definitely worth watching if you haven't seen. I've said this before, I'm kind of a sucker for sports movies, and I really enjoyed the second one. Stephen Baldwin's pretty believable in his role. Gary Busey's also involved. definitely not near as good as the first one, but definitely underrated in my opinion. And then I actually still had fun with this third one. We got Junior League. I still had fun with it. I don't know. Next up, we got Sleepless in Seattle, which I'm sure has a Blu-ray. I think it might be a Twilight Time or something. And I got some more Tom Hanks in Splash. All right. Oh, there's some more for that stack. This has a All of Films release that I didn't know about or just recently found out. I'll probably try to get that at some point, but I'll probably keep this just because it's Young Arnold and Stay Hungry. This is one of his early, probably second or third role. I believe his second, and he kind of plays somewhat himself, and he kind of got some praise for his role in that one. I remember always loving this one when it came out. We got Tom Green in Stealing Harvard. Been a long time since I watched it. Need to revisit it, but yeah, I remember really enjoying that one. This one also remember being pretty funny. We got Matt Damon and Greg Kinnear in Stuck on You. We got some Hulkster and Suburban Commando. Also have this on VHS. Next up, we got Sugar and Spice. I had never seen this. Watched this not too long ago. This would be one I wouldn't mind getting rid of if I had to for space purposes. It was okay, just okay in my opinion. Next up is one I feel like is pretty underrated. We got Christopher Walken and Suicide Kings. Also has Dennis Leary, Sean Patrick Flannery, Jay Moore. Yeah, so a good cast there. Next up should definitely get a Blu-ray at some point. We got Super Smash Bros. Definitely not a very good film, but one that I have a lot of fun with, especially being a gamer. But yeah, definitely just a lot of fun. Next up, we got Superstar with Will Ferrell and Molly Shannon. All right, so there's one stack of the shelf done. Next up, we got The Sure Thing with John Cusack for the John Cusack collection. Enjoyed this one quite a bit. This is one of his big ones from back then. Next up, I used to have in the collection, recently rebought. Probably need to give it another visit, but remember it being pretty good. We got Swim Fan. This is like a PG-13 type of horror thriller. Next up for the Spacey collection, we got Swimming with Sharks. Remember this one being very good. Also has Frank Whaley in it. And I don't think that has a Blu-ray, and it's kind of hard to find. I guess I have this on the shelf. I think I watched this quite a bit growing up, so I just bought it when I saw it. I don't know if it's the same thing as I remember or what, but we got a Peter Rabbit collection, The Tale of Peter Rabbit and Benjamin Bunny, and The Tale of Mr. Toad. Next up for the Martin Lawrence collection, we got Talking Dirty After Dark. Next up, we got The Tao of Steve. This has Donald Logue, or however you pronounce his name. I bought this around the time I was watching Gotham, he was one of the main characters in it. And I usually like him. And this was a decent movie, but I didn't love it. But I'm keeping it for now anyways. Next up, at least from what I remember, I enjoyed. So this is kind of a somewhat of a guilty pleasure, I guess, or a movie I like that probably not very many people like anyway. We got Queen Latifah and Jimmy Fallon in Taxi. Next up, I don't think I've upgraded. I could be wrong. Got a neat release of Taxi Driver, Martin Scorsese, Robert De Niro. Great film, but yeah, a cool release, so I'll probably keep this regardless. Next up, I have the Blu-ray triple feature, but they're some of my favorite movies, so I'm keeping them for the collection. We got the trilogy of the Turtles films, so which I kind of need to revisit. Actually don't think I've watched everything here, but these next two I don't think I've actually watched all of. Need to kind of revisit. The next three are kind of all pretty similar. So we got the Tenacious D, the Complete Masterworks, and the Complete Masterworks 2. So yeah, big Jack Black fan and Tenacious D fan, so wanted to get those for the collection. And then this I really enjoy. This needs a Blu-ray if it doesn't have one. We got Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny. Here's some more that I have on Blu-ray now, but keeping at least for the time being. We got the Terminator collection here. Well, 2 copies of Terminator 2. I know this is the one I had growing up. Got this from Blockbuster, I'm pretty sure, and it's in a PlayStation 2 case randomly. And then I think I recently this is from a Goodwill. It was an Extreme DVD release by Artesian, and it's a 2-discer. So I went ahead and grabbed it for that reason, I guess. And then here is Terminator 3, and I think this has my original movie ticket from when I watched it in 2003. And back when the movie theater that I go to actually had cool tickets and everything. But this is a 2-disc. It is a full screen release, but I'll probably always keep this even though I have the Blu-ray. But plus that was one of my earlier titles in the collection. All right, one more Arnold. We got Total Recall. And I've also upgraded that, but again, Arnie just kept it. And then to finish things out, these have some different releases. For right now, I'm just keeping the DVDs because the Blu-rays are kind of spread across boutiques and non-boutiques, and I wish they would do a set of these. Sometimes it's not one of my favorite horror franchises, but I did want to get all these. So first up in a 2-disc Ultimate Edition like Steelbook, we got the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And then we got Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Texas Chainsaw Massacre The Next Generation. And then the 2 newer ones. So yeah, that's everything from that shelf in part 7 of this series, so stick around. There'll be another part coming, and I do have a playlist of all of these together if you want to go through and watch them in order or anything like that. So kind of a shorter video, but feel like there wasn't as much to talk about on this shelf as some of the others. But anyways, hope you enjoyed this. If you haven't yet done so, please make sure to subscribe. This is Physical Media Man signing off. Physical media will never die. Physical Media Man. Physical Media Man. Physical Media Man. Yeah!